Hey TV fans, it's Greg, the TV genius, and I am a TV genius. Today, we're going to be talking about the Vampire Diaries Season 6, Episode 19. That episode was called Because. Wow, so many big things happening in the Vampire Diaries this season, so many unexpected things as well. But one of the biggest things happening this season is the plot is obviously shifting because they're getting rid of Elena. Nina Dobrev is leaving. I think they're going to be doing her character in a very beautiful way. They're going to be giving her a great send-off. I think it's going to come really well. I think they're going to just really give us a good send-off for Elena. I hope so anyway. But they are obviously shifting the plot to Caroline and Stefan, which is played by Candice Accola and Paul Wesley. And I really enjoy Candice Acola's character, and I really enjoy Paul Wesley. He's just an amazing actor, and Stefan has definitely become one of my favorite characters. Surprisingly enough to me, Stefan's become one of my favorite characters in the Vampire Diaries, especially because of Paul Wesley's acting and portrayal of all those different doppelgangers, and Nina Dobrev is on that level too, so it's going to be sad to see her go. But since the plot is shifting, I think it's only fitting. Let's start off talking about Stefan and Caroline. Well, Stefan had his humanity turned back on with the help of his mother in the last episode. Turns out his mother doesn't really love them anyway, but I don't think he knows that yet. He got Caroline and himself caught on purpose and brought to this bed and breakfast. I think they were already at the bed and breakfast, but somehow they vampire-proofed the bed and breakfast in the 3 days that they were there. And it was just a random bed and breakfast, but I don't understand that. But that's okay. It's Vampire Diaries. Sometimes they do some weird things. But I love the show anyway. Stefan proceeded to act like he had his humanity off. Well, Elena came really early on. I thought this was stupid of her anyway, and tried to hand Caroline a letter that had actually came from her mother. Caroline immediately told Stefan to burn it. Stefan, with trying to maintain the illusion that his humanity off, bowed to her will, took the letter, put it in the match that she was holding, just let it turn to ash. And I couldn't believe that they actually did that. In the end, they let the letter actually be gone. I figured they would somehow pull it out of their asses that Stefan saved it or Elena saved it. Somehow they got it out and sealed it back up, but they didn't. So I figured if they could vampire-proof random bed and breakfast, that they could at least open up a letter, take the letter out and reseal it, just in case Caroline with her humanity off doesn't care and destroys it, not wanting her humanity come back on. I mean, she has gone through a lot and done and taken a lot of measures to make sure that they do not get her humanity back on, including making Stefan turn his off. But eventually, in a dream sequence that Stefan gave her, she realized that Stefan had his humanity back on, and she broke his neck and broke out of the room. Remember, this is all a dream, and her mother had pulled her over and started arresting her for all the deaths, all the killings that she had done while she was with her humanity off. And it was really affecting Caroline, you could tell, but she realized that it was a dream, and she snapped back, and she got pissed at Stefan, and she grabbed his stake and she shoved it through his chest and almost stabbed him in the heart. And he gave her a memory of his last couple of minutes with her mother, and I thought that was really beautiful of him to do. But then she started crying and going crazy, wanting the letter, which was really sad. They really went all out getting Caroline's humanity back on this episode, I thought. But it was really good, a really good story for her, and I thought that they did a great job. Now, I don't know if Caroline and Stefan will ever be able to be together and ever be able to love one another, knowing what they've done together now. It's insane to me that they've done this to these characters, and I hope I see them get together, because I was rooting for Caroline and Stefan. I did like them together. I thought they were good for one another, and I like that Caroline's mother saw that too. I really liked all of that. One thing that I finally realized that I didn't understand at the time was the dream that Caroline Caroline's mother had the first time she was dying, when Kai had siphoned the magic out of her body and she was dying, and she saw Caroline was trying to get Caroline to say goodbye in the dream, and she turned Caroline around and she was all vamped out with blood dripping down her face, and scared her back awake. She's like, I'm here, I'm here. Well, I didn't understand that at the time, but now I do. It was a little premonition type thing of what would happen if she died right now, with Caroline not being ready to lose her mother. I thought that was awesome, and that was just really cool to me. It was like a premonition that she was going to turn her humanity off and just kill a lot of people, and that she was just wasn't ready. But the next time, this wasn't magical, it was natural the next time, so it was uncontrollable, I think, and she just had to go. It was time for her to go, and Caroline, I think, should have been ready, but she just wasn't, and because she was a vampire, she wasn't, and she flipped her switch. So I thought that was really cool, that things were messed up in such a way. The universe was kind of tilted a little bit because of Caroline being a vampire, and because of this little bit of magic that went into Caroline's mother to try to save her and to not save her at the time, or almost kill her at the time. I thought that was really cool, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that for a second. But anyway, back to this episode. What a great episode. I really didn't expect Lily to be the one to give Elena the cure. Blow my mind, why don't you, Julie Plec? Just one more time. Always doing it. Every time. Every twist and turn she makes, she just kills me with it. I love it. So I did not expect that. Damon went to Bonnie after she had stolen the Ascendant back from Lily, after Lily threatened Damon that she would destroy the cure if he didn't get it back for her. So he went to get it back for her to Bonnie, begged her for it back. Bonnie was just about to destroy it, and right when she lit it on fire, he rushed and grabbed her by the neck and told her not to test him, which I thought was messed up of Damon. I really enjoyed Bonnie and Damon's love that they've grown for one another in this past season because of literally going to hell and back. But I knew once Bonnie got out of the prison world and seeing how badass she was and how different she was, that her and Damon might not get along. But I'm hoping things get back to the way they were for them. Maybe they'll fight and make up like they've been doing for the past few episodes. But Bonnie did pick up the Ascendant and offer it back to Damon, but she started ragging on him about not wanting Elena to be human, and it really got to him, you can tell. And so he just left it alone, let Lily destroy the cure, which she pulled a 180 on him, pulled a fast one on him. She gave it to Elena, which Elena found out, and they've decided to take the cure together, which is not making sense to me, because in season 4, if you recall, 2 vampires could not take the cure there because there was only 1 dose. And if a vampire took the cure and then another immortal person or vampire drained that person, the cured person, and they died and woke back up, they would start to lose their age. They would age really fast and die, which, you know, was a huge loophole for the cure, and not being able to have more than one immortal being take it and become cured. And I thought that was really cool. But now it seems like, how are they going to do that? Is it because Elena hasn't been a vampire for that long? It's confusing me. Is it because she hasn't been a vampire that long, Damon's going to be able to drain her and cure himself, and without being drained he won't age, and because Elena hasn't been a vampire that long, she won't age? It's just, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But what an incredible episode. I'm wondering what they're going to do with these witch pyres, which I don't like the name. But okay, because Damon said it, I bet it blew up all over the internet. But anyway, I don't like the term witch pyres, and I'm wondering if they're going to get rid of Damon, by the way, if they cure him. Are they secretly going to get rid of both of them? And I really hope not, because they'll lose a huge chunk of their fan base by doing so. But let's talk about the witch pyres that are trapped in this supernatural prison world in 1902 that Lily was trapped in, and she's trying to get them back, of course. You know, the Ascendants with Bonnie, we talked about that. And I'm wondering if Bonnie destroyed the Ascendant after Damon left. We never saw her actually do so. If that's the case, then I'm thinking that Lily will somehow force Bonnie to let them out. And I don't know how Lily will do that. I'm not seeing how that'll work. But she might end up doing that somehow with Bonnie. If not, they might kill Kai in this other prison world and just make the prison worlds collapse on each other. And if that happens, then Joe dies and the rest of the Gemini Coven dies, which would throw a huge curve into Alaric's story, I think, which would make Alaric's story consistent with the way that his story has always gone. Fall in love with a woman and they die. Just as has happened twice before on the Vampire Diaries that we've seen. And it's been very sad for Alaric, and I think that might be the way. That might happen to Alaric, and that's just my prediction. So next time, we'll talk about Vampire Diaries next week. I'll try to upload a video before then about Nina Dobrev exclusively and about Elena and videos and some pictures and some favorite moments of mine of Elena over the past 6 seasons. So I can't wait to do that, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.